Well, I said I would finish this, and by golly, I'm going to finish this. But how do you know I'm not recording these months apart? Even when I'm posting these in quick succession. I could be recording these several months apart. Well, believe it or not, for once, I'm actually recording these in quick succession. All the times I said I would continue this, every video I would say, I would end up, I'll finish this. I've always had month breaks. And I said I'm explaining these month breaks, am I? Well, I'm here to do that too. So I never got to finish my health... Good. My health subject. Although it's not much, it's more regarding, like, my diet. Well, because of my teeth nowadays, it's like... Really, the only thing I'm really eating now is, like, chicken nuggets, chicken patties, without the buns. That sort of thing. Very occasionally pizza rolls. And other soft-ish things. Although pizza rolls are kind of bad for my teeth, I'm still afraid to eat anything else, is the point. Just not crunchy stuff. Or stuff that can get stuck in teeth easily. I'm still afraid to eat like stuff like potatoes. I can still eat like ramen noodles and stuff like that. I don't know, it's kind of random what hurts my teeth or not. All I know is I gotta chew very carefully and safely. What I eat is extremely little. Although it's not just my teeth that gets me afraid of eating food. It's also my stomach, as I mentioned earlier. It's also my stomach, as I mentioned earlier. Are there any more missions past this? Well, I might as well use the time to talk. But like, some foods have like gave me serious stomach aches lately. For a couple years now. Can't remember since how long, but sometimes I would get like very upset stomach, and I thought I would know the cause each time, but I still never quite know the cause. The fact that I've been getting a bunch of stomach aches might be helping other causes, quote unquote helping. Like, I can't... Well, let's start with something that's obviously giving me a stomach ache. Bacon. Specifically, like, bacon that we cook. I can eat, like, Subway bacon, fine. I guess because it has, like, no grease at all. But, like, cooking it at our home, no matter how we cook it, it gives me a stomach ache. Really hard. Not immediately, but, like, overnight. Because I don't eat bacon for breakfast. It's more like something to go with our dinners or lunches. And so, like, I never eat bacon unless it's from Subway. And even then, I've had that exactly once. Specifically, I've had, like, what I would like to call a pizza sub. It's not exactly a pizza sub, it's just what I define as one. Is basically I just have flatbread, oven roasted chicken, sprinkled cheese, pepperoni, bacon, and then I add lettuce and spinach on it, leaf spinach on it, because I like the leafy greens, just not wet leafy greens, unless it's like lettuce. I don't like the wet spinach. I like the dry, leaf-shaped leaf spinach, if you know what I mean. that was basically this up. Ever since I had that thing, I wanted to make one, and we kind of did, except in quesadilla form. Basically, like, we would fry a quesadilla with some cheese, add some pepperoni on it, and lettuce, and leaf spinach. We would basically recreate what we had created. It kind of, except for the chicken, because we didn't really have any, or couldn't really find any. So yeah, we had those quesadillas like maybe months after I had the Subway. Just note it had bacon, and also note it'll have pepper. Thought I would. Just also note it had a bunch of greasy stuff on it. And overnight, I got a stomachache. I assume because of the bacon. And just ever since then, like, sometimes when I have pizza, like, I always have pepperoni on my pizza. Like, that's my default. My favorite pizza, though, is one with a lot of meat on it. Like, triple meat. But, like, sometimes when I would eat pizza, sometimes it would give me a stomachache. Again, overnight. I think usually it's when the pepperoni is, like, crispy. I can't say for sure, but I think that's when it usually happens. Like, you know when you cook pepperoni on pizza, like, if it's underdone, it's still like salami. If it's overdone but not burnt, it's like crispy and it turns to like bowls of grease. I like pepperoni crispy. I still think it's best when it's like in between. No, what am I saying? I think it's best when it's crispy like that. Also, sorry about my gameplay. I'm trying to focus on the subject. It's really difficult. Gosh dang it, I was holding a direction. You're not supposed to do that for this mission. Or the springs. Which is kind of bad game design. Kind of. Although, to be fair, no, not to be fair. Like, who's not gonna hold the direction? Like, I think everyone dies at that spring because they hold the direction. Anyway, but why? Oh, because I was in light dash mode. Okay, point is, apparently pepperoni sometimes gives me a stomachache. I think kind of raw too. Like, honestly, I can say crispy is more likely. So those two things. So that now those I have to worry about pepperoni from now on. And fairly recently, I've had scrambled eggs, and they felt kind of really buttery. Like someone cooked them with a lot of butter. And that time I had scrambled eggs for breakfast. I got a stomachache like 5 hours later. So I'm like, okay, this is a problem. I know there was butter in my eggs, so now I'm like afraid of like butter being a possible thing that gives me a stomachache. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention sometimes cheese does it too. I think it did it one time, but eating cheese it's not really good for you. Eating too much of it certainly gives me a stomach problem. And it just doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't give me a stomach ache though. But like, back to the butter, it's like, at this point I'm like afraid that once I'm able to eat again, one thing I want to eat really badly is popcorn, especially homemade popcorn with some melted butter on it. And we have a popcorn machine too, like the ones you see at circuses. Except it's like a miniature version of it. But yeah, I'm like afraid once I'm able to eat safely again, I'm afraid I won't be able to eat popcorn because I'm afraid butter will give me a big stomach ache. Because my stomach is, to say the least, feels extremely fragile. Like, I feel like anything bad could happen if I eat the wrong thing and I won't know. Yeah, that's a major problem. I think that goes about my health situation. So now let's talk about the next of the 7. And that would be pandemic. It's been bringing everyone down. Me, the same way. However, what more brings me down is just the fact that I can't go outside safely anymore. Taking a break from the subject, this mission right here, you're supposed to have this boulder chasing you the whole way. However, screw that. I'm just gonna wait it out, because this mission really sucks if you have the boulder chasing you. Anyway, there's a number of places I love going to, such as the library. At the library is when I feel like I have a good workspace. Because, you know, I sit down in a chair, I sit at a table, maybe sit with a friend or two, a sister, etc. Maybe we can check out a book if we're interested. We usually don't, because there's nothing interesting. Sometimes there is. When we were at the library for like the first time, there was a bunch of interesting books, but nowadays it's like, not really. Usually what I would do at the library, like, in the quote-unquote modern times, is like, I would check out a Chromebook. I would also bring my laptop, because I use the Chromebook to, like, download stuff safely, because of the way it works. I do not trust a bunch of file hosting websites such as Mediafire, because from my experience, they always give you a pop-up, which is a sign of virus or malware and whatnot. Hey, look, it's Mooncow. Yeah, like, I just don't trust any file hosting website unless it's like Google Drive, Dropbox, or Mega. Only file hosting sites I trust. Everything else, no, they give me a virus no matter what. Like, not even the file I download gives me the virus. The website does. It's like on Mediafire. If you hover your mouse over the download button, the frame before you click it. It's like it knows when you're about to click. I swear it does. A pop-up appears. Every time. This happens on every other website too that I download files from that isn't Google Drive, Mega, or Dropbox. File hosting website, that is. So of course I'm going to use the Chromebook for this purpose. It'll protect my other laptop from safety. And because of the way the Chromebooks are built, it basically, every time you turn it off, it reverts back to the state it originally was before you turned it on. Because that's how school and stuff, computers work, more or less. Yeah, that's basically the main purpose of the Chromebook. It's just the download stuff. Not just files, but like, this is during the time when we had basically no internet, so I would download videos too. I also don't trust the video downloader. The YouTube video downloader. Because I'm just ADHD about getting a virus and whatnot. So I would download videos to watch when I'm bored because I have no internet, and therefore can't go on YouTube. While I use my main laptop here to do work. Or if I'm bored, play like Type.io or something. I will admit, like, sometimes I get very annoyed at the library by certain people. And it's not a very enjoyable time when it happens. But fun is fun. Things happen. That's pretty much the extent of the library. And my whole reasoning about downloading files and whatnot. There's other places I love going outside to, too. It's like going to Walmart or Safeway or any other supermarket, getting groceries. Getting groceries I know will come because I get them and I deliver. I usually go shopping all by myself, be it a bus ride or two, and I carry all the groceries via a cart that I have to drag all the way with me. I can't get very many groceries, so it's often I have to go 3 times per month. Exploring the aisles in the supermarkets is very fun. Sometimes my family comes with me to help me out. One more important factor about this is like this obviously is a bunch of exercise for me. Like, I have to do so much walking, so much carrying stuff, and kind of a bit of thinking. Although I can hardly call that exercise. Like, each shopping trip is like a 4-hour trip. Most of it is walking. Some of it's waiting. Most of it is carrying around the cart with all the groceries back home. So yeah, you can just easily imagine, like, without access to the library almost daily and shopping almost weekly, you bet that, like, I've been getting a serious lack of exercise. And that really sucks. And because of that, almost, like, nowadays, I just, like, anything fatigues me so much. Like, the way we get groceries now is is online, which has its advantages, but also has its disadvantages. The advantage is I can definitely get a lot more groceries at a time, and the delivery can be cost less than just going yourself because, you know, bus fare. And you just get a lot. I can order a lot more groceries at once. The downside to this is having the stuff delivered. It's like sometimes items would be out of stock, like whatever, but then placing the order, it's like you have to wait a few days, at minimum, a week maximum, and they don't actually get the groceries for you until right before the time you requested. So what this leads into is when they actually go to get your groceries that you place the order for, sometimes they would say that we couldn't get the groceries for you. And depending on how you wanted the order, substitute the items that they couldn't get you. Like, for example, if you want like cheese, beef, and bean burritos, they might if they're out of stock on that, they might get you plain beef and bean burritos. You know, it's a similar item. If they don't have like a 10-ounce bag of sugar, they'll substitute like 3 4-ounce bags of sugar, or 2, depending on how they feel. And don't worry, they won't charge you extra, ever, even if the substitute item costs more, which is really nice. You can kind of strategize that way. But it really sucks when they don't have the item at all, and they don't substitute it either. So that sucks. Really love it when I get one important, crucial ingredient to like a big meal, and then they just don't have it. Period. Worse when we can't really have it substituted because it would ruin the recipe. And Walmart shopping is kind of pushing it, because some of the items we used to get all the time, suddenly they're now shipping only. And shipping is different from delivery. When Walmart ships an item, the way they do it is basically mailing it to you. Why would you want to mail food? You know what the best part is? You want your favorite snack? Like one of my favorite snacks is like combos. The pretzel and pizza filled snack. You want that? Sorry, shipping only. Gotta mail it to you. Like, this isn't really a problem, but we really can't have food mailed to us. Like, we don't live in that safe of an environment. And plus, it can very easily get stolen or perish. Also, this balloon right here, this monkey bar right here is the only monkey bar that shows you that that balloon exists. You wanna know what exists otherwise? Right there. Hope you didn't forget that mission description. I mean, I guess it shows you a spring there too. It shows you the rest of it earlier on. Okay, anyway. So Walmart is really the only store we can really online order from, because it's the only store that accepts EBT, and furthermore, delivers. Every other store is either pickup only, which we can't do, and also, what's the point? Or only accepts cash. Like, why? Safeway's not an option, Target's not an option, Fred Meyer isn't an option, just Walmart. Fun. It really, you know what the best part about the shipping is? Some of the items which we used to get all the time, suddenly it's shipping only. Why did you do this? Like, who told you to do this? Who thought this was a good idea? Like, these are common items. It's not like they're special or hidden in your warehouse. It's, unless it just is. And in that case, that's also stupidly stupid. There's other places I go outside for exercise too, but it's really infrequent. It's pretty much the only major places is the library and Walmart, or Safeway, or Target. Sometimes I would go on a real adventure and go to Walmart and Safeway and Target. I would go to like 3 different stores just to get stuff I wanted or needed. It's a lot of exercise, and it fatigues me very much, but you know what? It's exercise. I'll take it. But now here, it's like, now that I have lack of exercise, it's like, I haul in 1 load of groceries from the Walmart delivery, and I'm already fatigued. That's how little stamina I have now. It sucks. Apart from Codename 19, there's also various other world events that I'm sure that you're all at least aware of a little bit. And that would be 2020. We all know 2020. Does anything more need to be said? Because I'm not going to explain anything more than that. Just 2020. Not that it really had any impact on me, it's just that sad things get me sad too. Gosh dang it, I hope I can go outside again soon. Well, I can still technically go outside, it's just not very far. Sometimes I would have appointments and stuff, too. Sonic, please. Sonic, please. Gosh dang it. I think I've said all I needed to at this point. I need to finish Sonic's missions here. This is the last of the missions, right? Like, this isn't the last mission itself. I still have this mission. Yeah, it looks like the last 2 missions. I didn't skip anything. Let's just finish Sonic's, and then we can move on to Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Big, and Gamma. And I promise you, I'm doing all these in quick succession. I'm not going to let anything stop me. Not this time. You can tell I'm adamant already because I uploaded 2 of these in quick succession. And I told you I'm recording these in quick succession. And I could care about these missions a little more. Just to say my stance on it. I can easily... Like, these missions, honestly, is like... pretty filler. Like, they're not done well. Like, their concepts are cool. It's just that the objective... Like, they just feel like filler. At least they have a purpose. But, like, it's like some of them are, like, super easy. Some of them are, like, really difficult. Such as this one I'm doing here. But, like, most of them are just go to the spot. There's a bunch of enemies that you need to home attack in a row to get a balloon. Like, these missions just feel like very cheap ways to make you replay stages with, and you can't even get emblems along with these missions. Like, why? Why can't I do missions and emblems at the same time? But some of these missions are actually really cool because they actually test your skill. And they make you search for secrets that you might not know that existed, such as the Sonic Face one. Like, that's really cool. This one here, it's cool in theory. But you know why it sucks? Because you have to do this. And if you know from my LP, this jump really sucks. Oh my gosh, I got it first try. Oh. Like, that jump really, really sucks. You have to not hold any direction until the camera stops doing the whoa, and then you'll get it. But, like, to even do that, like, off the second ramp, sometimes when you're going towards the third ramp, sometimes you just do a short hop through no fault of your own, through the fault of geometry. And if that happens, you can't do it anymore. And you have to time that third jump so specifically, because if you time it too late, you'll jump, but it immediately gets canceled. And if you jump too early, you'll land on a platform below with some speed boost. I don't know, that mission really is like one of the hardest in the game. Easily top 2. This one right next to it is easily the hardest or second hardest in the game right here. And I have to do it next video. I can talk more about missions when I have more free time in any other part. Which I'll see you then. We're gonna finish this, I swear.